I feel like I was just a freshman just yesterday, and being here for 5 years, I've had a great time here with all my teammates and the coaching staff.
I wondered when you showed up this year, I could see, if I put myself in your shoes, kind of looking around and saying, well, where the heck is everybody? Because you came in with a big class, didn't you?
I came in with 6 and then with 1, so that's a big change, not having anybody, beside me that came in with my class. But I have great teammates that's been my friends and teammates that's just been there for me, and it's been a good time.
It really goes back to that freshman year, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you hurt yourself in the very, very first game.
Yep.
I can only imagine what was going through your head when that happened. Was that like...
no one's thinking about it, and when it happened, the first game of the season, it was just like heartbreaking, and just having to sit out for that whole year was a very learning experience for me. I was able to help my teammates in a different way, not on the court, but off the court. And that's something that I think I improved on.
So you knew you were going to be that one class behind the class you came in with.
Yeah,
and that's odd, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, it is. It's just different.
Yeah, it's just different. You've kind of established yourself, certainly, as the most prolific three-point shooter in the history of Illinois women's basketball, and that certainly is, I assume, is a point of pride for you. Can you talk about that?
I think I've been able to score in many different ways growing up, playing middle school and high school basketball, and just perfecting my shot. I always stay in the gym shooting tons and tons before and after practice, and that's just something I like to do. It's not like extra work for me, it's just something I like to do. So just being able to be known as the, like you said, one of the best three-pointer shooters here is amazing.
How far back does that go in your game where you feel like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this?
It's so hard for me to say that because I've been such a humble person, and like just getting the awards, it's not like, yeah, it's just like, wow, like I'm excited that I did it.
Well, let me rephrase that then. At what point in your career did you just kind of discover that you could make an impact with a three?
I would say maybe sophomore, junior year here. Is when I really started developing that three-point shot. I've always been able to shoot from the three-point line, but just being able to make it off the dribble or make it off a screen, that's something I worked on a lot.
So if I'd seen you in high school, it wouldn't necessarily have really jumped out really big time in high school?
I was a shooter, but I just think it's gotten better each and every year this year.
Okay. One of the things that a fifth-year senior can feel in the midst of what's been a very, very challenging season for everybody is a certain level of frustration. Have you been battling that this year, do you think?
It's been frustrating. Just knowing this is my last go-around in college. But I think I've learned something different in basketball, whereas like it's always about the end result, and I think this coaching staff has taught me, like, if we're together and fighting and working for a bigger picture, that's what matters at the end. And even though everybody loves to win, and that's what we're still trying to do, I think I've learned to like work harder, play harder, work for my teammates, play for somebody else, and that's what I've been working on.
I've wondered too if part of this is what the team accomplished a year ago, and it really looked like the corner had been turned.
Right.
The future was really promising, and then you hit this year, and it just hasn't been the way everybody kind of hoped it would be. Is that part of the frustration too?
Yeah, that is. When they came in, even though we lost Adrian Gabo and Charisma Penn, we have talent. We have Jackie Graham. We have Sarah Livingston. We have Ashley McConnell. We have the parts to win games. It's just a learning experience. Being able to battle through when the team hits the first punch, being able to hit back and not letting down. That's what we've been working on.
Sure. I have to ask this because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. When you did get taken out of the starting lineup, what was that like?
It was different, but I don't think I was affected by it, but that was a point where I was thinking it's time to help my team even more, be more vocal, be more assertive, just show your effort and fight each and every day in practice and help others get better.
And you're back in now, so
Yeah.
more like, I'm sure the coaches must have taken notice, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm not even worried about how you start, it's how you finish, and just fighting in practice and competing every day.
When you look back on your career, what are some of the thoughts that you think you'll carry away from this place?
Oh, I just think it was a battle. I think that's one word that I could describe my 4 or 5 years here. I've had my ups and downs, and I've learned a lot throughout the college basketball. Just competing hard, playing hard, getting through tough times, and it's not always about the end results. And there's bigger things coming in my way.
Okay. A couple more questions now.
Yeah.
A year ago, you, along with the rest of the team, went through senior day, but you were kind of on the sidelines a little bit.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was really hard. Just knowing that the people that I came in with were leaving and weren't coming back, it was very emotional for me. And we had a little team meeting where everybody shared a piece of what they were going to miss for the seniors. And it was just a really hard time for me because those were my sidekicks. So it was tough for me.
What do you think this Sunday would be like for you?
Interesting. I love each and every one of my teammates and coaching staff, and just me being out there by myself for senior night is different, but I think it'll be a fun time.
All right, I'm just doing a quick preview of the Nebraska game.
Yeah.
So I guess last time you guys played them, you shot pretty poorly. I think it was like 2 of 20 or something from three. I guess, what do you got other than making shots?
2 of 20 for 3.
Yeah. 4, sorry. But what do you guys need to do other than just making shots to put more points on the board?
We've been talking about defense. And that's what it comes down to, playing aggressive, playing hard each and every possession. And that's what we're working on. I think we have a great offense. The offense will present itself, like our coaches always say. And if we work hard on the defensive end, I think they'll take care of it.
Okay, since there's some shuffling in the lineup, has there been noticeable increase in energy on defense? Do you think the changes that coach made worked?
I think so. I think Ashley McConnell has been a great asset to the starting lineup. She's been working hard each and every day in practice, and she's a very intelligent player, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people who are smart, who are listening and growing each and every day, and she's one of those players. And we have a great starting 5 and people coming off the bench, and I think that's what's been happening.
Okay, and Nebraska has a notoriously good starting 5. I guess who's one player that kind of sticks out to that for you?
Hooper. She's a really good player, inside and out game. We just have to limit her touches. She's going to score. We're not going to shut her down. But if we limit those touches to her, I think we'll have a better chance at winning.
Okay, and has it been hard at all during this stretch to kind of not get frustrated and not get down?
It's hard, but you always got to stay positive. You got to find some way to be positive, and I just think about everybody doesn't get this opportunity to practice and play every day, and just keeping my joy and competing for my teammates.
And the tournament's not really in question, but I guess what would a win, in one of these last 2 games mean for?
It'll be big. Obviously, we've been in a drought, and getting a win going into Big Ten tournament will help us a lot, give us our confidence back.